Necesitamos estampillas que cambien.
Close enough.
You are now tuned in to your number one radio station.
Violent people.
Radio.
Matt Heisen, a real lying sack of shit. You're telling me on a podcast, he said, after I wrestled Sabu at 2CW, I decided, like,
yeah.
I just
So his story was that he was in a match with Sabu and he cut his arm, and he had the indie wrestler mentality of I'll just tape it up and drive home. And his wife was pregnant at the time. So the next morning he wakes up, unwraps his arm, and it just starts spraying blood. And his wife has to take him to the ER, and he thinks, I'm going to be a dad. I can't be doing this shit for, $200. So he made up his mind to get out of wrestling.
well,
But you are saying
unfortunately,
that it took him a much longer stretch of time to actually get out than he is insinuating in this Chris Van Vliet interview.
well, maybe it's just he's romantic for 2CW after that, where he couldn't quit it. Because he then wrestles for them in 2012, 2013, 2014, and 2015. So you know what? Maybe he just is like, 2CW, they may want to quit the business, but also never want to leave them. Never want to leave them.
That's a
He only
feeling we all
wrestled
know.
probably. He only wrestled probably like 10 more matches after that in total. So it wasn't all completely a lie.
Do you
But
think we'll
he
see
did
him in December?
Get out. I hope so. I hope so. I got people coming from out of town. I know everyone listening to this show right now is coming to the 2CW event in December that has not been given a date. Everyone's very excited for it. I'm looking for blocks at hotels for everyone here, so I'll see y'all in December.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm already looking up the suites at the Four Seasons Syracuse to.
Yep. Gotta do that. I know Cole's coming.
Not even close.
Oh my god! I'm hurt. Why would you not want to come to beautiful Syracuse, New York?
The problem isn't Syracuse, New York. The problem is the United States of America.
So it's only just a non-zero chance that you'll get detained by ICE.
Yeah, I mean, the concern is less me because I'm a white man, but more like my transgender
Braggy.
girlfriend that comes with me to everything would
Okay,
probably be in
Braggy.
a lot more danger.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you don't have to show off. Quit bragging.
Anyway, welcome to Violent People Radio, episode 63. Is that correct, folks? Fact checkers.
It's 6X.
6X. 6X. I
Yeah,
am.
everything-
What did that post? I'm sure of it. 62. Fuck. All right. I'm one of your hosts, Sam Damasio, with me, per usual, Pat. Pat, how we doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I was doing a lot better before that lying son of a bitch got in my ear. All right, Chris, how are you doing?
I'm here.
And Cole, you're taking place of Dan, who is on vacation in Texas, I think.
Good for him. I'll make sure to say offensive things about women to kind of fill the gap there.
It was so funny when we had to tell him that All In wasn't this weekend. He was so mad that he had booked all this stuff thinking he was going to All In, and then, finds out he booked all this shit for like a month off. And then he still goes on the trip.
What a guy. What a character. He's got 0 wrestling in, is what I'm told. How embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, all the wrestlers are in Scotland right now, so what's he going to do?
Go to Scotland.
Well, not Joey
Clearly.
Janela. Joey Janela's in Canada.
Yeah.
Why is he in Canada?
To wrestle at the Canadian National Exhibition. I saw him today and made eye contact.
Do we think Joey Janela has a passport, or is he just like going in on like a tourist, or not a passport, a work visa? Or is he just going in on a tourist visa and hoping he doesn't get Mike Bailey'd?
100% tourist visa.
That's what I'm thinking too. It'd be funny if he didn't have a passport. He's just like, going up into New Hampshire and like sneaking through the forest.
What the hell what the hell is this?
This is Violent People Radio.
I'm trying to figure out what wrestling event are we talking about? Classic Championship Wrestling.
Classic Championship Wrestling at the Canadian National Exhibition.
What is the Canadian National Exhibition? What is this?
The 4th largest fair in North America.
Wow.
Behind the Ohio State Fair and just like 2 rodeos that happen in Texas.
Joey Janela is literally the least important person up for wrestling. That's there. You got Demolition. You got the Mexican Minis. El Jolito and Super Doggy. Powers of Pain. The Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. And last but not least, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And Joey Janela?
All I saw was
I'm amazed Ted DiBiase. I'm amazed Ted DiBiase is able to leave the country. I would think that, due to certain criminal acts involving his family, they would restrict him somewhat in that. Maybe he's got like a U.S. Marshal, just like with a gun next to him at all times.
I would love that. New York State Fairs this week and next week. No wrestling to be found.
Oh.
Yeah.
New York is worse than Toronto, as everyone says.
But they got pizza in the shape of a cone there. So something to look forward to.
Is it as big as your arm?
Nope. I got Robbie T's for that.
Oh man, that's gonna be the highlight of the 2CW Violent People convention. Is going to be all of us going to Robbie T's, all of us each buying a calzone, and then just like getting so sick from eating, something the size of like a fucking tiger cub.
Oh, it's probably not that big. It's not really not that big. It's just a small baby. It's out to a small baby.
Oh, well, that's much more appetizing.
A little preemie, All right. Well, if you want to go to 2CW in December, get your tickets today. They're not on sale yet, but I'm sure we can find a way. What have we been watching this week? Cole, you're our guest. Start us off.
I've been very busy and haven't had a lot of time for wrestling, but I watched 2 matches this week.
For this show specifically.
Last night I put on night 1 of the GCW x JCW 2-day war. And I watched Drew Parker versus Drake Younger, which was mostly just kind of depressing because I remember when Drake Younger was really good. But there was some cool spots where, Drew Parker got a dart through his cheek.
And that was nasty because that was a dart that had just been thrown into Drake Younger's back.
Yeah, that was like Sharon.
And then he took it out of his own back and was like, with a leaking, he's got a hole in his back, leaking blood. And he's like, let me take this dart and stick it right in your mouth. And that's, how I knew that, like, if one of these guys has hepatitis, the other guy has hepatitis. Now, this is how Abdullah the Butcher killed half of indie wrestling.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. It was pretty beast. I like that part. Otherwise, it was just a lot of like barbed wire door spots in front of juggalos. Really, what brought it down is Brett and MLJ on commentary. Those guys should like never be on commentary for any fucking promotion. They're just like the dirt worst together. They just complain
Brett-
about the show in front of them.
I don't know what it would be like talking to Brett, like person to person, but he is like the sheer lack of camera presence that he has. Like, there are some people who, just naturally, like, you put them in front of a camera and they seem perfectly at ease, and their personality comes through and all that. He's like, if you put a camera in front of him, part of his brain instantly dies. He doesn't act normal. He doesn't sound normal. And I can't tell if that's just like he can't perform, he can't turn it on the way a performer can, or if he's just a weird guy.
I feel like he's just a weird guy. He's just a
I
guy.
mean, he
who's
must
been
be. He
hanging
runs
around
GCW.
deathmatch
He must be.
wrestlers.
Yeah.
It was a guy who was like a volunteer on CZW shows before he made his big break. Like, there's something fucking wrong with you when you do that.
That's a good point.
But yeah, so I
How
watched
much-
that.
How much more did you get through?
Oh, only the match after this, which was Atticus Kogar, Otis Kogar, and Christian Napier versus Cocaine, Stephen Flo, and Luigi Primo, which was so bad it like made me genuinely sad, and I turned the show off and went, well, I watched 2 matches.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So I was impressed at how much Luigi Primo looks like a scary meth addict now.
He looks fucked up.
It's like he's losing his hair, which is one thing, but like something about his face and his eyes, like he looks
Yeah.
like he's like, I just did like drugs that someone made in a van, and now give me your money.
And what more perfect man to represent Juggalo Championship Wrestling?
I mean, yeah, if he was getting meth, it was probably at the Gathering. If there's anywhere you can reliably get meth, it's the Gathering of the Juggalos.
I appreciated for this match that they switched the commentary feed to the JCW commentary, who were actually like pretty good. I was
Yeah,
enjoying
no.
their calls.
Did you see the JCW commentary team?
Yeah, I saw one of them as well, painted up.
Yeah, Zach Amico, and it's just I couldn't take my eyes off him because I'm like, this looks like a scary stories to tell in the dark illustration. For those who have not seen Zach Amico, he is a gentleman of carriage, we'll say. Another way to put it is he looks like the Grimace, and he had painted his face up, and he couldn't stop moving. Like, he had black lipstick on, and he couldn't stop moving his lips even when other people were talking. So it just looked like a cartoon clown blob. It was impressive. Not sure if it was impressive in a good or bad way. I guess that's down to everyone's individual sexual fetishes.
I say
Not a
bad.
good clown.
Okay, we've got one vote for bad here.
Undertakers? Any
I'll
other
go for
takers?
good.
Oh, okay. Getting a little spicy.
I'll say so.
Okay. Well,
There we go.
Always-
This is represented.
always called Chris a coward. So
See,
Well-
this puts me in the awkward position. I'm voting for he doesn't even exist. He's not real.
whoa.
That's very deep.
That's a direction that I wasn't expecting. Well, Cole, it seems like you've exhausted your resources. So, Pat, how about you take us the rest of the way here? Bring us home.
Oh, I watched the whole fucking 2-day war.
I
baby.
fucking know. I know.
So actually, I did skip one match. I skipped the Brothers of Construction versus Jordan Oliver and Alec Price because
Coward.
I had other
Wow.
stuff to get done today, and I'm like,
Too good for it.
I got something has to be sacrificed. You know, the crazy thing is they went even Stevens on the booking so that each night had 7 matches, and they had a score at the bottom of the screen. First night, GCW is up 4-3. Second night, they reset the counter, and JCW is up 4-3. So the war was a tie. The score is 7-7. They didn't resolve anything. Well, I guess they got the world title back, but whatever.
Isn't that what it's all about?
Hello to whoever's dog that is.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. Oh, yeah, so Cole, you missed out on seeing Shane Mercer versus Bam Sullivan,
Mm.
which was 9 minutes long. And it ended with the APA coming out and beating the shit out of Bam Sullivan. Not sure why.
That does sound really good.
Then we had Mosh Pit Mike, who was what was his character? He does a gimmick every fucking show. He was a dentist. He was Dr. Mike Yankum, DDS, defeating Tarzan Duran in a death match. Favorite of the show, Tarzan Duran, who was a traitor. He jumped from Juggalo Championship Wrestling to Game Changer Wrestling. They did a backstage vignette of Brett Lauderdale using his silver tongue and his dead fish eyes to convince Tarzan to jump. Then we had Masha Slamovich, Too Cold Scorpio, and the Great Sasuke versus JP Grayson, Matt Cross, and Alice Crowley. I cannot think of a more Violent People Radio all-star match than that. Scorpio still got it. Sasuke still has something. Alice Crowley's tall. That's all the match really had going for it. Then we had Too Tough Tony versus Joey Janela in a street fight. So, Joey Janela, it's Too Tough Tony. We're getting it. This was night 1. Night 2 was where it got interesting. Because that's when we had showcase match. That's when we had Nick Nemeth versus Atticus Coach. And you know that Nick Nemeth has got 2 guys who are just going to put on the most interesting match with the most stuff to talk about. 2 guys I could speak all night on all the things I remember from their match, all the stuff that stood out, all the things that, just were genuine moments, chills, cinema, awe. And then there was a 3-minute, in a shout out to 2013 episodes of Raw, there was a 3-minute 4-way women's title match. So Gigi Dolan has gone from NXT to 3 minutes at the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Upgrade.
I would say so. Probably better for her mental health. We got another superstar cameo from Ken Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy came out and was the ring announcer for the Great Sasuke for some reason.
Oh, their shared history.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Kennedy trained Sasuke. Something like that. But Caleb Conley then defeated the Great Sasuke. I don't know. Sasuke is one of those wrestlers where you mentioned that he's going to wrestle a match, and I get excited for a minute. I'm like, oh, Great Sasuke is going to wrestle. And then it's like I always kind of forget that, oh, he's not 1994 Great Sasuke anymore. And then I just get sad because I'm like, man, this guy used to be 1994 Great Sasuke. Next match, we had the Outbreak, were the 2 zombie guys versus PCO and Spider Nate Webb. Nate Webb, good to see him just doing stuff. This was like a match from like Sunday Night Heat or something. Like, it was not a big match, but it was more just like, oh, it's good to see Nate Webb. He's he's able to move around. He doesn't have his arm in a sling. That's great. But the highlight of the night for me came in the next match. Who among you is familiar with a man named Mean Mitch Page?
Slightly
I-
from Talking Turnies.
So
Mid-Atlantic
Mean
Championship
Mitch,
Wrestling.
he is a JCW original. He was on the first ever JCW show, and his ring name was Fat Fuck Barrel Boy, which I think is still maybe the greatest wrestling name in history. They brought him back. Effie versus Willie Mack. His music hits. Firestarter by Prodigy. He comes out, Fat Fuck Barrel Boy. He's wearing the barrel. He tries to help Willie Mack. He screws it up. Effie retains. But just seeing Mean Mitch Page getting a payday in 2025, it makes your heart grow 3 sizes. Just like how I'm sure that this crowd will love hearing the battle royal that they did next. One, we had Sonny Kiss come back and reunite with Joey Janela. So the greatest tag team in AEW dark history got their moment at the Gathering of the Juggalos. And the next, the battle royal came down to Joey Janela versus, you guessed it, Superhuman. I know we're all big Superhuman
That seems
fans
illegal.
in here. Absolutely, especially because Superhuman tried to get fired up and took his shirt off, and his pants were sagging. Man, I saw a lot of Superhuman ass crack.
No.
But yeah, Joey Janela then he did a top rope elbow drop to Joey Janela, and then Joey Janela just instantly threw him out. The match was over. I'm like, yeah, that's probably for the best. Main event, barbed wire death match, Too Tough Tony versus Matt Tremont. They went full WrestleMania, finished the story with it. Vandal 48 ran in. They got chased off by Vampiro. Other people ran in. Brett Lauderdale ran in, tried to steal the referee's shirt and make himself the referee of the match. Violent J came out to counter him. Violent J gets beaten up, and wouldn't you know it, who comes to his aid? A guy we haven't seen in JCW for a long time, Shaggy 2 Dope.
Wow.
That was the Undertaker coming out at the end of fucking Cody versus Roman. But Too Tough Tony, he goes up there with a big bundle of light tubes. He does the point to the sky like Sabu, jumps onto Tremont, who is, as you know, he's bleeding Matt Tremont style, so he probably is he looked like he was gonna die. And that was it. It was an easier, night 1 was kind of just a build-up show. Night 2 was much easier to watch. I still wouldn't call it, quote, good wrestling for people who are into Kyle Fletcher matches or something. But it was entertaining, at least to me. To people who like trash, which
I love trash.
I love trash. This was trash. This was very enjoyable, easy to watch trash, especially for someone who, like me, who's followed Juggalo Championship Wrestling for 20 years, but I was watching the JCW Volume 1 VHS tape, like the Stranglemania tape, where they were dubbing over all the Japanese death matches with homophobia. That stuff still has a big nostalgic component for me, so I found this a lot easier to watch. I did watch another show, though. A rarity for me. I watched 3 entire wrestling shows.
Damn.
Can you take a guess what I watched, Chris?
Did you watch Triple Mania?
I watched Triple Mania.
Oh my god.
Triple Mania 33 from Lucha Libre AAA. Anyone else check that out?
No.
Sam, Cole? No Triple Mania fans here?
No Triple Mania.
Oh, man. Well, you missed out on an NXT Stand and Deliver that had a bunch of Mexican people on it instead of a bunch of TNA people on it.
That's worse, right? That's worse.
I mean,
well,
that's funny.
I'd rather see Nino Hamburguesa than most of TNA, but Chris, you said something on the Discord about being, pissed off when you found out that they weren't doing Lucha tag rules; they were doing WWE tag rules.
Yeah, it's fucked
and
up.
it's completely like Triple Mania is a show that it didn't go off the rails in a bad way, and it also didn't go off the rails in a good way. It just kind of happened. It's the big Triple Mania moment was someone unmasking and revealing themselves to be AJ Styles. It was. I feel like it really decisively ended a chapter. There is no more Lucha Libre AAA. Now it's AAA. And I mourn the loss of AAA, and I will occasionally check in on AAA and see if anything remains of the old stuff that I liked. Though, granted, by this point, a lot of the old stuff that I liked was gone anyway because they were fucking going broke, and Conan's a shitty booker. So that's my big AAA book report.
Was it worth it?
To watch it for free on YouTube, sure.
All right, if you say so.
I mean, all you lose is time.
Isn't
Which
time
is-
all we got, really, when you think about it?
It's the one currency you can never earn back, but
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? All right, Chris. What you got?
Not a whole lot. Just a little bit more lucha. I watched a match featuring Copa Bardal, Cibernetico, participant Abismo Negro Jr. Versus Arez from March. That was pretty fun. It's the main event of a tryout show, so they're not going like crazy, but it's two guys who I like in IWRG. So what's to complain about? There's I watched the full March 2nd IWRG show. Highlights are a really nasty brawl between Caballero de Plata and Iron Kid versus Cerebro Negro and Cerebro Negro Jr. That sets up a singles match between Caballero de Plata and Cerebro Negro Sr. that I'm excited to get to. There's also a False Count Anywhere match between Hellboy and Toxine, which it's not like the upper echelon of arena knuckle-pon brawls, but it's a fun walking brawl. I like Hellboy. I like Toxine. They're good brawlers. The entire show is pretty watchable. Some decent trios matches. More blood than I've seen on a lot of IWRG shows this year, so it's fun to watch some more bloody matches because that's what I love in a good lucha brawl. But other than that, not much like other lucha stuff that I've already taken out of my brain.
How close are we to round up this lucha, you think?
We'll see.
Okay,
I am quitting nicotine, so I am just I have just been a grump the past week. But we're kind of getting there. We're getting back there now to like being normal about things. So I'll probably
You don't want to
increase
round
my
up lucha on a bad.
No.
Sorry, I gotta put my dog in my lap so he stops barking.
Yeah.
Apologies to listeners for his sassy behavior this evening. All right. What have I been watching? A lot of 1984. A lot of 1984. That's pretty much the only stuff I have to give you today, other than Ricky Morton versus Brad Armstrong from 1996. I don't know why I decided to go down that path. I did. It's Ricky Morton working heel against Brad Armstrong in a bar. It's pretty good. Not much else to say about it, other than it's pretty good. Kind of highlights of this batch are a Iron Sheik versus Tito Santana match from February. It's real good. Sheik is just like so built. That man, all caked up, just looks like a trapezoid also. I love it. I love it. There's a Houston tag match between Jose Lothario and Buddy Moreno versus Black Gordman and Grand Goliath. That's really fucking good. They just got a neat tag structure to that. Just lots of beat downs, hot tags on repetition. Had me kind of working up a sweat. Loved it real good. And probably highlight of my week might be Brad Armstrong versus Les Thornton from Georgia Championship Wrestling. Shockingly good. Like 6-minute match. It's on YouTube. Watch it now. Just like a lot of good grappling. A lot of good grappling. Brad Armstrong. Pretty good pro wrestler. Pretty good pro wrestler. Then the only thing that I watched that is somewhat recent is I half watched Sarah versus Masha Slamovich from Dreamwave from February. Not very good. Just totally fine. Two wrestlers that just seemed like Masha, very house show performance for her. Didn't really seem like she was all that invested in having a good match. And Nick Gage versus Gringo Loco. One of the saddest matches I've watched in a long time. There are bad matches, but Nick Gage looks decrepit here.
You were saying that he was the coldest white boy in the game. What happened?
I am not saying he's the coldest white boy in the game. My first instinct was, Gage has cancer, right? Gage clearly is in the midst of chemo. Looks like he's been aged 20 years since the last time I saw him. It's not great. It's not great. It's concerning. I don't love it.
Losing your wife probably does do that to you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't think he's taking care of himself. Or if he thinks he's taking care of himself, he's not doing it.
No, because the last time I saw him, he was not taking care of himself in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Like, just looks like a bit of a slop. And now it's, this man's just stopped eating. Not good. Don't love it.
I'm sure Gringo Loco was like, great, more for me.
Gringo Loco. What a good on that guy. And I got halfway through a Vic Capri versus Hunter Holdcraft match. I can undetermined on a match I halfway got through.
You're checking in on the ice pick?
Checking in on the ice pick. Vic Capri, oh my God. That guy, the juice he's on, it's different. Like,
an insane person to look at.
He's probably 5'5", maybe 5'6". As wide as he is tall, but just jacked.
You think he might be a contender for the new Mike Payne? You've been looking for a new Mike Payne.
I'm looking for a new Mike Payne. I will say, I got halfway through the match. I was like, I don't know. There might be something here. But probably not.
Listeners, write into Sam with who might be the Mike Payne of 2025.
Yeah, I need to know. Like, obviously, there's only one Mike Payne, but there's got to be more unheralded old guys out there. So there we go. That's the roundup. That was quick. Feels like we've all just stopped watching a ton of wrestling in a good way. Well, Cole's on. Cole watched 2 matches for us, which I do appreciate, Cole. I want to make very clear. I do appreciate it. But Dan would have really yapped our ear off. All right.
Well, we gotta this is a preview for next week because we couldn't do this without Dan. But the fucking TNA show, Sami Callihan announced that he was just going to walk into the ocean and never be seen again. And we gotta talk about that, but we're doing it next week. Sorry, Cole. If you have big Sami Callihan thoughts, I mean, you know how to join the call anyway. You can just do it without permission.
I'm not changing any roles.
Yeah,
I already
clearly.
talked about Sami Callihan on the Discord, where I was like, yeah, he sucked for like a really long time, but he was also good for a pretty long time too. But he also beats women, so I get that people mostly just want to go like, he's fat now.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
allegedly fat.
Allegedly. All right, folks. We're trying not to get sued on this podcast anymore. There are some lawyers that are listening in every single week right now. What are you doing, sir? All right. Let's do some website plugs. What do we got going on the site? We have a new Desert Island comp with Torek. Good episode. Go give it a listen. Desert Island comp. It's back. Did an episode with Pat earlier this year. Go listen to that. Should have.
I think you said about the Porrick one that all of his choices were ones that were unique in the Desert Island comp's history.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
good. I
they're
didn't
all
just
unique.
invent that.
No. He did not pick a single match that has been chosen before, which I don't think has happened yet. There's always at least one match that usually I can find somewhere else at this point. But all original. Now, is that good? You be the judge. Let him know, not me. But more to come there. I'm very excited that's back. Very excited he was on. But listen to Late Night with the 2012 Royal Rumble. There should be more episodes of that coming out in the not too distant future.
There's some big
Then
ones
you
coming
can-
up too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to spoil it here? Has he made the announcement
No.
elsewhere outside the Discord?
I don't know,
I
so,
don't think so.
let's not take
We'll
that
keep it
from
chill.
him.
We'll keep
Yeah.
it chill.
I haven't
But
seen
he's got a pretty big get, especially if you're the sort of person who listens to VPR. This is a
One of the
really
biggest.
big get. Yeah,
a Violent People Hall of Famer or not yet?
not yet.
Not yet. Next round, who's to know? Who's to say? When we do a live show in Syracuse, New York, to do the Violent People Hall of Fame.
You have to attend the Violent People Con because we're going to be doing secret ballot voting in person.
Yeah, it's all live. It's all live. All the
Yeah,
people in
it's gonna
attendance.
It's going to be in-person voting. You got to throw your votes into the hat.
We're actually going to do a caucus. I think it's going to go really well. Then we got the T1 with Tim.
Yeah, thank God that's over.
We're done. We're over. Now, I'm not trying to get the cart before the horse. Tim has posted a very concerning message in the VP contributors Discord, where he asked, anyone covering the N1? And if I know Tim, that's a leading question if there ever was one. So watch out. Maybe. I've now signed him up for it, I think.
Well, we got it.
Oh, you're not reviewing him?
We have to stay abreast of Ricky Knight Jr. tournament news.
Of
So
course.
someone's got to do it.
Of course. All right. Cole, Why aren't you doing it? Why aren't
Not
you
to
reviewing
brag.
every night N1?
Not to brag. I'm going to this Toronto International Film Festival, and I'm seeing
Oh my fucking god! Look at this guy over here.
I'm
Holy
seeing
shit!
24 movies. So I'm gonna not have any time
All right,
to
name
watch
them.
the N1 for half the month. You want
Let's
me to
let's
name
hear
them?
them. Yeah.
Okay.
Run the list
Maddie's
as
Secret,
slowly as possible. We got to fill out the runtime. We got to make sure this is over 3 hours.
Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, Palestine 36, Left-Handed Girl, The Furious, Rental Family, Magellan, The Smashing Machine, The Last Viking, Carmadonna, It Was Just an Accident, Scarlet, No Other Choice, Wake Up Dead Man, A Knives Out Mystery, Easy's Waltz, Junk World, Dust Bunny, Frankenstein, Nadia, Jaws, Nouvelle Vague, Silent Friend, The Fence, and Normal.
So now, if
Okay.
you're attending the Toronto International Film Festival and you want to meet Cole, you know where to go.
Now go say that list again twice as fast. All right. So I might have a new post coming up this week. The 1984 project seemingly underway.
You think it's
So-
about all the 1984 wrestling that Sam is watching, but it's actually just a review of
The
the
book.
Van Halen album.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
That's not the direction I thought that was going.
It's his novelization of the Van Halen album.
That'd be good. That'd be good. All right. But
And I'm always working on the next death panel. Anyone who has any thoughts on a deathmatch wrestling happening in the month of August 2025, they're welcome to get in touch. I will do one pass of proofreading on your article or your contribution. And other than that, I will just run it. So you can say whatever crazy shit about the government you want. I don't care.
that seems like a fair trade.
Yeah.
All right. Well, time to get in to the big top. Wait, shit. All right. Cole picked out a doozy for us this week. He said, have we done anything like favorite movies and TV shows featuring wrestlers like Goldberg as the guy at PCP and SVU, The Rock and Southland Tales, etc.? I said, I don't think so. That's the big top for this week. And Chris, you were very excited.
Yeah.
So I'll let you kick it off.
Well, of course, there's Southland Tales, already mentioned, one of the great movies of the 2000s. The only truly great Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson performance. There are other good ones, but that's his great one. They Live, obviously. Roddy Piper is
What's that?
incredible in that.
I've never heard of that one. Can you tell me more?
Yeah, it's a movie about living. It's just about people who are alive, and they show it for 90 minutes of just normal lives, and that's why they live.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Actually, a movie just showing 90 minutes of Roddy Piper going about his day would probably be insane.
It might have the same fight scene.
Entirely possible.
Mad Max Fury Road featuring everyone's favorite wrestler, Nathan Jones.
Big fan.
The
Big
Boy
fan.
Meets World episode with Vader.
That's a good one.
Of course.
We did a whole episode about it. See No Evil, starring Kane.
All
So
bangers here.
You mentioned the Boy Meets World. What about the Family Matters episode with the Bushwhackers,
Ooh.
where they accidentally fuck over I'm forgetting Reginald Bell Johnson's character's name. But he's in the match and they find out he's a cop, and the Bushwhackers look at each other and they say, "We hate cops. Our mom was arrested by a cop." And I haven't seen that episode in like 35 years, and yet I somehow still remember that part.
Does Urkel get in the ring?
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Of course he does.
Oh, good.
Urkel, the Spike Dudley of Family Matters. Another highlight of my
What
youth.
does that mean? What does that mean?
He's a wimp and he lies a lot. But they always give him the win for some reason.
This seems a little rude.
The corrupt bookers. Whoever the Paul Heyman was for Family Matters.
What does that mean?
Whoever was booking the show.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Any other just great takes there, Chris?
Of course, Ready to Rumble.
Ready to
Absolutely.
Rumble.
The
Ready to
star of
Rumble.
Fucking movie.
WCW.
Plus Oliver Platt as Jerry the King Lawler. No, that was
What a movie. What a movie. I think about the Cage daily.
Yeah, David Arquette, a man who thought that he was going to, have like a decent acting career and a good life as a Hollywood actor, and in one fell swoop, he became the guy that everyone who watched WCW hates 30 years later. The guy who they still complain about winning the world title.
And good for him. Good for him. All right. Those are some good ones. Cole, did you have anyone in mind when you said this?
Well, I was just because I'm gonna go see the Smashing Machine, where Dwayne Johnson is gonna pretend to be a prestige actor instead of like what he is.
All right. Well, don't be mean to Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
And I love Dwayne The Rock Johnson, to be fair, because I love Southland Tales. I love the remake of Walking Tall, featuring Neil McDonough.
Amazing.
The Scorpion King, pretty good. Maybe a little bit of Race to Witch Mountain for the Zoomers out there. That
Yeah,
was the big one that came to mind was Goldberg on PCP and SVU, because that's like one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
We should probably shout out Pain and Gain for another like good Rock performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's awesome in Pain and Gain.
Never seen it.
Respect Michael Bay.
Oh my goodness. All right.
It is like Michael Bay's like second best movie.
What's number one?
The Rock.
Okay. Fair enough.
Which shockingly doesn't feature The Rock.
And maybe
he was still Flex Cavana when it came out, so.
Well, we know if Dan was here, he would say Terrifier 2 with Chris Jericho.
I thought Jericho was
Oh, yeah.
What's that, Cole?
I thought Jericho was in 3.
Maybe
No,
he
he's in
is.
2.
Didn't see
He
it.
might be in 3 too.
Exactly. He's
but
definitely in 2.
That's how I learned what Terrifier was, because Chris Jericho was in the second one and people posted about it.
How many like horror movies has Chris Jericho been in now? Because I feel like there's got to be at least 10 like Chris Jericho movies where it's like, most of them are like straight to Redbox type stuff.
Yeah,
In fact,
like
probably all of them except
advertises-
Terrifier.
advertises Jericho on the cover, even though he has like a 5-minute scene.
Which
It's
amazing.
I know he's in MacGruber
Well,
with
that's just a great film.
with many other wrestlers. I love the wrestler bit.
He's in the Shudder exclusive and Shudder original, Dark Match.
Oh,
Have you seen that? You seem like a guy who would have seen that.
I've seen it. It's not very good. It's better than you might think, but it's not very good.
so okay.
So-
I'm unfamiliar. Walk me through what's the premise there? I have a guess in my head of what it might be, but now I want to see if my guess is the reality.
All right, spoilers for the Shudder original Dark Match to come. And this is going off memory, so this might not be 1,000% correct. But there are these territory wrestlers. I say territory. I think this is still very much kind of a modern thing going on. Territory indie wrestlers, and they get invited to do these shows in this backcountry place, and the person more or less running the shows is someone that in this group went like did a shoot on them to beat them for a belt back in the day. And now he's exacting revenge with his cult that he's developed over the past like decade after he's lost the belt. So then he kills everyone in this group via wrestling matches, one by one.
Okay,
As
that's
part of
totally not. I was going to guess from the title Dark Match that it was going to be territory wrestling, go into some backwoods town, and for whatever reason, the ring doesn't show up, something like that, and the town is infested with vampires.
That would have been better.
you should save that idea and write your own script, and probably get yourself
I'll call
a
it-
Shudder original.
Yeah, from dusk till dawn in the cell.
It's a thing. I don't recommend anyone here give it a watch. I don't think it's gonna do you.
I'm going to recommend
Pretty
that
good.
everyone give a watch to the acting performance of Mr. Mick Foley as Cactus Sack in the film Big Money Hustlers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't really remember what he did. I remember his character is Cactus Sack, and the movie is about ICP playing pimps. Now that I've spoken the recommendation aloud, I'm like, wait a minute, this was made in 1999. I don't know how canceled I am for recommending that, because I don't remember how bad it is in terms of let's just say 1999 white rapper stuff that you cannot get away with in 2025.
So
I forget.
I think that's all you need to say.
They made a Western sequel called Big Money Rustlers, but I don't remember if any wrestlers are in that. Probably.
Yeah, I
Have to
don't.
assume.
I've never seen Big Money Rustlers. But I have seen. Oh, I'm looking at the cast right now. Too Tough Tony, Jimmy Hart,
Oh yeah. Scott Hall.
Scott D'Amore.
Canada's own Scott D'Amore.
This is the film.
Joe
This is the-
Doring?
Oh wow!
All Japan legend Joe Doring?
The movie that gave him cancer.
Oh, I didn't say Nacho Libre yet. I need to rectify that. Nacho Libre gets a bad rap.
Really?
It's an all timer.
I think nowadays I hear more people who talk about liking Nacho Libre than
Well, you know
they
what?
reverse.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Nacho Libre. I
That's
watched that so
one-
many times as a kid. My mom got pissed off.
That's one that definitely has like it's like cult classic status now.
Okay, that's good. That's good, as it should be. As it should be. Silver King being the wrestler in the movie at this point. Oh man, Necro Butcher and the wrestler.
I mean, yeah, the CZW
I would say the
locker
wrestler.
room.
Lots of good stuff
I
to
just
point
love
to.
that of all the promotions they could have, like Darren Aronofsky was like, I could go down to like Full Sail and like get like the FCW crew or whoever, whatever the Deep South, whatever the WWF developmental was at the time. And instead they were like, you know what? We're just going to go straight to CZW. We're just going to get DJ Hyde on the phone and say, hey, you want to make a movie that's not an apartment custom for once?
Take me to Philly, baby. Go Birds.
Yeah, I mean, it would not be the same if it was any other company. Like, I mean, I guess they could have done like Mid South as well, but
I'm trying to think of,
Like-
in that time period, what would have been the only real comparison for CW? Yeah, and it's either IWA Mid South, which is like slightly down market from them, or Ring of Honor, which is slightly up market from them.
yeah, CZW is like the perfect for what the Ram is doing. Like CZW is perfect.
Who's coming out with the Wrestler 4K? You know, when are we getting that bad boy? Food for thought. Food for thought.
I don't know. Maybe if this new Aronofsky movie is good, unlike his last movie, which is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
You not loving On the Whale?
Damn. What a hater.
You hate
Yeah,
fat people.
No, that movie hates fat people.
It's incredibly mean.
You guys ever see the movie that Vampiro made in like 1992?
I wish I've seen that movie.
Absolutely
but
not.
no.
I've watched it. I didn't get a lot of it because like I don't understand Spanish well enough to like follow the dialogue of a movie. It's more like I can pick out words here and there. But they made a low budget movie starring Vampiro, and I mean the plot of the movie is just Vampiro goes around and like beats everyone's asses. It's like a
Cool
fucking
movie,
like low
man.
budget. It's like the sort of movie if it was made in America, it'd have like Wings Hauser in it.
Ooh.
But in this case, they had Vampiro at the height of his fame. It's kind of a tragedy that we didn't get more Vampiro film roles.
You know my favorite movie starring a pro wrestler, a true pro wrestler? Richard Jewell.
That's a
Look,
good point.
I wasn't gonna
good
say
point.
it because like
See,
at this point, like so many people know Paul Walter Hauser more as an actor than as a wrestler for some reason.
That's fucking gross.
That I wasn't going to mention it, but yeah, you're right. I mean,
Golden
He's the
Globe
busiest
winner.
man in town.
he's the busiest man, and
It's a
we
shame
talk about
that
it every episode.
it's a shame that he's going to be remembered as the Mole Man in Fantastic Four, rather than his life's work as the Progress Proteus champion.
Every week we have an episode. There's a new Paul Walter Hauser movie to talk about. Americana with Sydney Sweeney. Out now. Go to your local theaters.
His third movie currently in theaters.
That's wild. When does this person sleep?
I don't know, because when he's not filming a movie, he is in like War Games matches in Anarchy or
Submitting book of notes to
Southern
Court
Honor
Bauer.
or whatever. Yeah, he's working with Court.
Oh my god, he's gonna be in a Springsteen movie too?
He's playing
Is he?
Springsteen.
As Mike Batlin. Which according to Bruce Bass Wiki, a guitar tech for Bruce Springsteen. I don't know.
Okay.
So he got like the second biggest role after Bruce.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
so,
hearing.
I mean,
Then it's
the cast list
Mike
goes
Batlin.
Bruce Springsteen, Mike Batlin, Barack Obama, and then the rest of the band.
All right, to be fair, he does have third billing in this movie as Springsteen's recording engineer during the Nebraska sessions. It's Jeremy Allen White, Jeremy Strong, PWH. Boom, boom, boom.
So Jeremy Allen White's got to be Springsteen. Who is Jeremy Strong playing?
John Landau.
Okay.
Give some thought. Give some thought.
He's playing
what a
John Landis?
He would do a good John Landis. Come on.
Now imagine
Give
if
it to
that
him.
guy got involved in wrestling.
Could it get
Oh,
any
God.
worse?
Yeah. And you thought CTE was bad.
He's got Mark Wahlberg picture coming out next year. So PNMH, just goddamn, the guy's got it. That guy's got it.
Is he in any of the Toronto Festival movies you're seeing, Cole?
I don't believe so. No.
Can you live
What
on the air
fuck?
check
I can
in real time? Go through the cast list for all 24, please.
No, he is not, because Springsteen's his last movie of the year, which is a bummer. It's a
I
bummer.
mean, it could have
could've
been
used
stuff that
three
he had
more.
in the can.
Could use 4 more of those.
Trying to remember if he's in Jaws.
They should like
don't
Paul Walter
think-
Hauser should they should do like Godfrey Ho style stuff where they just film like a whole day of shit with Paul Walter Hauser and then just parcel it out to movies as needed. So it's just like, the bank clerk in this movie is Paul Walter Hauser in a scene filmed 2 years ago, where he's never in the same shot as anyone he's interacting with.
That's $1 million idea.
That more people should make movies Godfrey Ho style, which is to say, completely fucking crazy and also lots of tits.
God bless.
Ninjas
God
too.
bless. Ninjas too?
There's ninjas.
Of course. Of course. Did we say Princess Bride?
I don't think we did.
I don't
Princess
think
Bride.
anyone likes Princess Bride.
Shut the fuck up. Don't.
I
Don't.
don't think it's a movie that anyone watches.
Are you? Don't. This isn't even funny. This isn't even funny. One of the greats. One of the greats. Seen I'm on a horse.
I mean-
It's good stuff.
It pretty much goes number 1, Princess Bride, number 2, Suburban Commando.
It's not really neat.
Now that's a movie. We didn't
That
bring up
is-
No Holds Barred either until now.
What are we fucking doing here?
Dookie,
Do we know ball at all?
rest in peace to the Hulkster.
He had a good run.
Suburban Commando, though, I only clocked it years later because I watched it a million times on video when I was a little kid. And I didn't know until I was older that one of the mercenaries chasing the Suburban Commando is the Undertaker. So,
I
Taker
did not
fans, that's
know
your
that.
fact for the day. Yeah, he's the one where Hulk Hogan has him at his mercy, and the alien speaks, and it's Undertaker, but he speaks with like a high pitched helium little kid voice.
Okay.
That is Mr. Mark Calloway, Mr. McCool, as they call him. I'm looking at my shelf of Blu-rays. I'm like, do I own any movies that have a wrestler in them?
I own Dune. We haven't mentioned Dave Bautista at all,
Well,
even though he's
that feels so wrong at this point.
He's
It
like
just
so
feels
much
like-
better than like any wrestler that's ever.
yeah,
been.
he's so much better than Cena and Dwayne.
He had a little bit in the new Naked Gun too.
He can do it all. I
So
heard it's gonna be a
that was- that-
rom-com.
He's
Naked Gun is the movie that had they only had two wrestlers. Actually, they had three. They had Cody Rhodes, but it brings together Cody Rhodes, Dave Bautista, and Paul Walter Hauser, the three greats of wrestling in the 21st century.
Dave Bautista is awesome in Knock at the Cabin.
He's so
Incredible.
fucking
He's
good.
really, really good in that. I also watched just this week In the Lost Lands, the new Paul W.S. Anderson movie, which Dave Bautista is in. It is like a complete nonsense movie, even by Paul W.S. Anderson standards. But like Dave Bautista is perfect for like a fantasy movie that's also in the future and nothing makes sense. And it looks like
So
shit.
I've gone through my entire Blu-ray shelf, and I think I own one movie with a wrestler in it. It's a movie no one's named yet, and that is Roadhouse.
I was about
Ooh.
to mention, is it Roadhouse?
It's Roadhouse, baby.
Got that vinegar syndrome.
I'm also discovering that I have two copies of the movie Performance.
How'd that happen?
Well, because one of them is like an old like Warner Archives Blu-ray.
Okay. Sure.
And then
Sure.
more recently, I bought the Criterion upgrade of it, and now I'm looking. I'm like, I forgot I had this old Warner Archives version.
Hot damn.
So
Hot
I
damn.
feel like a fucking idiot now.
I've got Roadhouse. Roadhouse, great movie. Whew.
Yeah, and
What
Terry's awesome in that too.
Terry's great.
He is.
Terry's great. They Live. That's the other Blu-ray on the show.
Can we comfortably say that the 1980s was the best decade for wrestlers in movies?
It's got to be.
Yes.
I'm specifically the guy doing the 1984 project. I feel like your
Oh
opinion goes a long
yeah.
way
As
here.
someone who's scoured the footage of everything from late February to through the start of the year. Yeah. Clearly. Very clearly. If they want to be in movies now, they just stop wrestling. If they really want to give it their all. And that's messed up.
So who do we think should be in movies? That, you know, which among wrestlers, who should be in movies but isn't?
It's a great question. It's a really great question. Not in movies should be in like guest spots on TV shows. It's like the big Indian guy from AEW.
Oh, Satnam Singh.
Bingo. Like,
What would he be guesting as? What would
here's
he
the
be doing?
issue. Well, if you just do the whole Big Show gimmick of like, okay, he's a big person, and that's really all you got to do as your character. That you're a big guy. That's the whole thing when Big Show was doing guest spots on like Psych. I'm a big guy.
Oh yeah, Big Show on Psych. Charlotte Flair also on Psych, I think.
There's just not as many procedural TV shows these days that are about sex crimes. Obviously, Goldberg could pull it off, but where's the
He could pull
Mentalist?
off the
Where's
sex
Psych?
crime?
Where's Monk? I think Goldberg could pull off the sex crime. He's got the look.
Okay, I'm
looks like
glad
kind of
we
a
have
sexual
you on
deviant.
record saying that.
Rip that. Put it on the internet. Batista was in Smallville. I'm recalling.
Oh yes, he was.
See, we just don't have as many TV shows to like just intersect in there.
Have we not mentioned the best scene a wrestler has ever been? Like,
When The Rock did the rock bottom on Star Trek Voyager? No, we haven't mentioned it.
no, we haven't mentioned that, and we haven't mentioned the Hulk Hogan cameo in Gremlins 2.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the funniest scene in a movie ever.
I don't know. I would put it slightly below the part in Dumb and Dumber where Jim Carrey says, "Oh, big gulps, huh? Well, see you later." But after that, definitely number 2 funniest.
That is like my dad quotes that to me every night before he goes to bed.
I cannot like I am struggling not to just cackle right now because every time I even think about that scene, I just want to laugh.
It's
Especially
good.
knowing the story of it, which is that they were 2 extras who were ordered like under no circumstances do you say anything. And Jim Carrey knew that, so he just went up and fucked with him because he's an asshole, I guess.
Doesn't seem like a good person. Jerry Lawler playing Jerry Lawler in Man on the Moon. Speaking of Jim Carrey.
That's true. That's true.
What else are we cooking? Body Slam, just the movie.
Body Slam,
With-
great movie.
got that on Blu-ray.
Just Criterion Collection, 4K, ultra high def.
Kino Lorber they'll put out anything. Truly. Do not discriminate. If a studio said, hey, this was worth putting in theaters 30, 40 years ago, they're all about it.
I'm waiting for Vinegar Syndrome to get in on the like weird 80s wrestling stuff market, but I think all they've done is Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, they did do fucking what's the Punks movie from Mexico? It was the something Punks, like the Savage Punks or something like that. And the leader of the punk gang is El Fantasma from Lucha Libre.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure he was cast because he is a very dark-skinned man, and it was the equivalent of like casting like, okay, who's someone who's like Wesley Snipes black to be our gang leader? But as in terms of like being a weird 1980s movie about like an apocalyptic punk gang, just going around like shooting guns and doing weird shit, he did a good job because he's just a crazy huge bodybuilder. Getting into fight scenes and throwing what are clearly do you guys love how anytime a wrestler's in a movie, they give them a fight scene and it's like those are the only fight scenes in movies where someone gets body slammed?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like if you put a wrestler, it's like how The Rock was on Star Trek Voyager and they put him in a fight scene and it's like, okay, the fight scene obviously ends when he does a pro wrestling move.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the same thing with like El Fantasma in the Punks movie, where it's like, okay, he gets into this like one-on-one duel with another of the apocalyptic punk guys, and the fight ends when he gives him like just scoops him up for a body slam. It's just one of those things where that's what I always appreciate when they get in wrestlers. I don't know if it's the wrestler saying like, okay, this is what I can do, or if it's the stuntmen who are like, I want to, I'm working with a wrestler. I want to take a wrestling move. But, it's like, okay, we've got Raven as the gang leader. Of course he gives someone a DDT. Speaking of, more movies should have had Raven as a gang leader.
You know what? It's a missed opportunity.
I'm always saying that.
A true missed opportunity. All right, squad. Are we ready to move on to questions?
We got a lot of questions this week, so yeah. We got to burn through these fuckers.
Time for Q&A. Our first up question from Ducky. Worst Friday the 13th movie? Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, Jason Goes to Hell.
Sorry, folks.
The remake one.
Oh, bullshit.
The like 2009, whatever it was.
Yeah,
Just
2009. The
did
remake's
not
also
hold
pretty
my
bad.
interest.
It's
I
got-
love Jason. I love Jason Goes to Hell in the same way that you love like a dog that's like missing half its brain. It's just such a weird, dumb movie.
You can say that again.
And it's like that the guy who made it clearly thought like, I'm doing like my fan fiction magnum opus of like tying Jason into the Deadites and coming up with this crazy mythology for why Jason Voorhees has supernatural powers and all. Just such a swing in him. Like he swung huge and just whiffed and ate shit. And that is so much more entertaining to watch than if someone made like a Shudder original Friday the 13th, where it's just like, okay, he's doing the thing. He's doing, this is what you want to see. This is what you get. Plus, there's the part with Beverly Leslie from Will and Grace in the diner. And I like seeing that guy turn up.
I'm sorry. In a Violent Nature is better than Jason Goes to Hell.
What about, is Dark Match better than Jason Goes to Hell?
Dark Match is better than Jason Goes to Hell.
Jesus Christ, man.
Sam-
You gotta.
Sam, I hope you know earlier when I said you're the kind of person that has seen this Shudder original movie. That was the most insulting thing I've ever said.
No,
to
I
you.
know. But also it
But
is
you
what it is,
but you
know?
own it.
It is,
You gotta
it
own
is
it.
what it is. Am I not the person that has watched Dark Match on Shudder on this show? 61 days of Halloween. It's coming up, everybody. Get your Shudder subscriptions today. I should sign up for their affiliate program. I'm sure we can sell some subs so that everyone can watch Dark Match.
We should see if we can get them to do sponsor ads. Just like huge Shudder banners all over the site.
You know what? Don't get me started. Don't get me started. They stopped responding to my emails. I'm so upset.
What if
We're
we
gonna do
tried again with
big things.
Full Moon Pictures?
Oh, well, they'll do it. They'll do it. I didn't even get that going.
Gotta respect Charles Band.
You got it. The guy owns a fucking castle.
Cole, you said Jason Goes to Hell?
Yeah.
Okay. Chris, were you Jason Goes to Hell?
No, I have
You're
spoken
2009?
on this topic before. I have not seen like
Oh, yes.
half of Friday the 13th movies.
So that's a vote for Jason Goes to Hell. All right. And one for 2009. Just like, which is rude. All right. Take Z. How many horror thrillers are better than Weapons all time? A lot.
I haven't
I mean,
seen
I haven't
Weapons,
seen
so
Weapons yet.
I saw Weapons and I enjoyed it.
what is better,
But-
Weapons or Dark Match?
I'm gonna say
Weapons
Weapons,
is better than Dark Match.
not having seen Dark Match. I'd say there are hundreds of better movies, but it's still a good movie.
Right now I believe it's the 29th best horror movie of the 2020s. So you can take that to the bank. All right, next question from Take Z again. If you could book one cartoon character for Forbidden Door, who would you pick and who would they wrestle? It's like the
Wile
world of
E. Coyote.
animation. One of the doors?
Yeah,
Is that what we're thinking?
I'm just going any cartoon. I'm going to say Wile E. Coyote versus Cope.
All right, take it easy. Take it easy.
I think it'd be a good match.
Wile E.
I've already
Coyote
decided
taking
Cope
a
is the
spike
number one
shot.
wrestler of my VP 100 ballot, so he's got to earn it now.
I'm going Bugs Bunny versus one of the great Bugs Bunny wrestlers of all time, Nosawa, wrong guy.
Aren't you worried that they would cancel each other out?
That's why it's interesting.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Who outbugs the Bugs?
All right, Cole, what we got?
We'll do tag match Ren and Stimpy versus FTR.
All right. All right. I'm picking like a match that is like above what we have now. So to replace MJF in the MJF versus Mystico feud, we're going to put Johnny Bravo in there.
And I know that Dan isn't here this week, but he would have said Bart Simpson versus Mel Phillips.
He would have. He would have.
He absolutely would have.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Next question from Mo the Yoi Miser. All right. Mario or Sonic?
Mario.
Mario.
Like, I grew up with Sonic games, but it's Mario. It's not a contest. It's an absolute wash.
I side with Mario, but I don't feel a strong allegiance to either side.
Mario.
Tough watch. Wow. Mario's fucking swept. Star of the latest episode of Desert Island Comp, Pork Ass opinions on Martin Kirby versus Grado, a match I have not watched because it is paywalled on Triller. Can I assume that is the same for everyone here?
I have a Triller subscription,
Then watch
and
it.
I would rather set $10 on fire than watch whatever that was. I just heard that Grado was involved.
From World of Sports, episode 7.
And
Episode 7.
and Martin Kirby, who's everyone's favorite British wrestler.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
definitely, I 100% remember who he is.
Yeah, remember his series with El Ligero?
Yeah, who can forget the time in Progly when he faced a fucking Bubblegum or whatever, one of those dipshits.
Okay, Bubblegum passed away, so let's have
Well,
some respect for that.
R.I.P. to Bubblegum. I hope that all of the teenage girls he probably molested find peace. I don't know if he had any accusations, but he's a British wrestler, so I'm just going in assuming
Cover your
teenage
bases.
girls were touched.
Tim, have you ever heard people say wrestling is like cinema? What do you think on that?
That's
I think
great.
it's led to a lot of really tedious writing on wrestling.
I think that Roman Reigns deserves the Emmy.
Oh, great take. Great take. Not cinema. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
At least go for like a Golden Globe.
I think
Uh,
Emmy
yeah.
is still more respectable than Golden Globe, even though it covers
Probably.
movies as well as TV.
Yeah, I honestly, the whole wrestling is cinema thing, I don't really give a shit about the people who like watch a Rhea Ripley entrance and go like, "Oh my god, this is peak cinema." What I do find kind of annoying is just the, for lack of a better word, I'll call them film Twitter people, cinephiles, self-identified cinephiles, writing about wrestling in the same way, and, not just in like blog posts and stuff, but in general discourse. engaging in the discourse in the same way that they engage about like A24 movies and whatever. And it's just so fucking boring to read. It's like just, fucking watching movies isn't a personality. Watching wrestling isn't a personality. Going out into the actual world and interacting with people is how you get a personality. So if you're one of those people, nothing personal, but fucking, just stop.
Get a life, Simon.
Or at least get a
All
better
right.
life than the one you have.
All right. I don't read much about wrestling and cinema anymore, so that's pretty cool.
We should do a show called On Wrestling at the Wrestling.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good. Are you ready for the next question here?
Mhm.
Damo, AEW have run a few PWG tribute tags in honor of AEW being in the UK. Who would you book in an AEW Progress tribute tag? Bad question. Boo.
Martin Kirby, Grado, Bubblegum, El Ligero,
Paul Robinson.
Cope, Christian,
Gotta
Paul
have
Robinson.
Robbo.
Havoc.
Gotta have
The Swords
Robbo.
the Swords of Essex finally reuniting.
Marty Skrull.
As I say, where's Skrull in the mix?
Jimmy fucking Havoc.
Rampage.
Mikey
Brown,
Whiplash.
David Starr?
Nathan
Who was the guy with Tommy
Matt
End
Riddle.
in the Sumerian Death Squad?
Oh,
Uh,
what was that guy? I don't fucking remember.
Shaw Samuels, Anthony
No.
Ogogo.
No Fun Done.
Yeah, no fun done.
Who
That's a
could
big
forget
one.
the Fun Police? Everyone's favorites.
Bull Buchanan, the Good Father, Val Venus, Ivory.
Lots to talk about. Lots
the
of matches.
Professor, Marianne.
Ginger.
So pick anywhere between 4 to 8 of those wrestlers, and you got yourself a tribute tag.
David Starr.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Okay.
I posted this on Twitter, but Tim and I spent like a half an hour this morning just going back and forth doing, what if Joel Gertner was introducing David Starr? And boy, did we say some horrible things.
I saw that on Twitter. That was
It got worse. It got so much worse. And then I was like, wait, I got to stop. I got to order Bell and Sebastian tickets. They just went on sale.
Jesus
So
Christ.
I moved on to doing something even more pathetic, especially because I ended up buying tickets to the wrong show.
Ooh, that's rough.
They're doing
See.
2 nights, and I thought I had one tab open for each night. And instead, I just bought 2 purchases for the same night. So I
See,
got to
that-
resell. I got to resell those.
I avoided that with LCD Sound System because the one night that I could that I would not have been able to make sold out anyway.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry to hear that.
I could only get tickets to the show that I could have made, and I did, and it was awesome.
That's good to hear.
The millennial gathering of the year.
Speaking of millennial gatherings, if you are in Boston in May 2026 for the Bell and Sebastian, if you're feeling sinister 30th anniversary show and you see me, buy me a hot dog.
Won't be there.
You'll be too busy trying to figure out when this 2CW show is happening.
They're putting out puzzles, you know? It's like it's
like that fucking
An ARG.
movie, The Snowman. Yeah, it's a real John Doe from Seven type thing.
it's an ARG ran by a weed shop owner. So gotta get locked into that. Eamon, what's your favorite cheating dirty heel tactic? I'm not gonna give you the answer for that. I'm just gonna tell you my least favorite is the heel tags behind the ref's back. Who cares?
Favorite cheating, dirty heel tactic.
I like when they kick people in the nuts.
That's what I
It's
said.
That's
funny
a
when
good.
people
That's
when
a,
people
that's a
get
good one.
kicked in the nuts. It's really funny.
Or when
so I
they
like
had
seeing that.
when like heel Triple H had China and she would punch people in the nuts for him. You know, I always liked Takayuki Ueki from Big Japan Pro Wrestling, aka BJPW. He would pull a gun out, and he would, he would hold everyone in the ring. He would make them lay down on the mat. You know, he'd point the gun at everyone, at the ref, at the crowd. He'd make his opponent lay down on the mat, and while continuing to point a gun at him, he would climb up to the top rope to do his big move, and then invariably he would just slip and fall and eat shit. That is probably my favorite heel move in wrestling is pull gun.
Yeah, there should be more guns. Not just in wrestling in general.
In the world, especially like the United States of America, we could use a lot more.
Well, we already have the guns. We got to do something with them. I mean, they're just sitting
Shoot
there.
each other.
Not even just, like threaten it.
Just threaten it.
Just, add some spice to the day.
I will say that I love the nut kick as a babyface spot more than I like it as a heel spot. Next question, Nick Yeoman. If you were in the middle of a human centipede, but you were allowed to choose the other ends, but it's got to be two other people in wrestling, who would you choose? I will not answer. I will just say I'm glad Dan's not here.
I'm sorry. Who were we choosing from to be the other two pieces of it?
Wrestlers.
Wrestlers. Okay. Well,
Or
obviously
people,
up front.
people in wrestling. So if you want Paul Heyman, far back, give it a shot.
Far
Well,
back.
I was thinking
up front, Bastion Booger.
Oh no! You can't. You can't. I
was thinking up front Stephanie Vaquer, in the back Naomi, and then so when you do like they call that move the rear view, it's just extremely horrifying to watch. Or the devil's kiss or whatever, all the up close and personal ass attacks of wrestling being done by a human centipede.
I mean, you are kind of saying it. You gotta have Billy Gunn in the mix.
That's true.
I'm not sure if he's in the front or in the back. And then a clone of Billy Gunn.
You know what? Hard to beat that. Next question. TCB, Tsunami Poppy, best Tony Hawk game.
I'm going to say 2.
Two is great. I love 2. I think I have to go 3.
Was 3 the first PlayStation 2 one?
Yes, that's the one that
Okay.
It introduces the revert. And it's like the last like truly like great mechanic they add. They add other like acid drops and like spine transfers and stuff into other games, and like those are good. But like revert really changed like going around just hitting a crazy combo somewhere.
I think 3 was like the last one I owned, and so 2 was the one I played the most of. So I'm going with 2.
I've played all of them a lot up to American Wasteland, but like 3 I think is the sweet spot. I know like a lot of people love the underground games, and those are really fun too. But 3 is tops. It's got the best levels too. It's got the airport. It's got Canada.
Canada.
Tokyo.
Just
That's
skating
the
around
name of the map,
Yukon.
Canada.
I know. I'm just picturing like skating around like a fucking field in Saskatchewan,
Yeah.
skating on Brock Lesnar's farm.
Anyone else? Tony Hawk thoughts? Hawk thoughts?
Thug.
I've only played the 1+2 remaster, so I guess I gotta give it up for that.
It's really the remaster is really good. The 3 and 4 is good too.
I played Underground just more than any of them, so we'll give it to Underground. All right. Next question. Shrimp Biscuit 420. What's the best movie? Also, what's the worst movie? Also, what's the most okayest movie?
The best movie is Opening Night, directed by John Cassavetes.
Why not?
The worst movie, that's a tougher question. I'm gonna say Music, the film directed by Sia
Oh,
about an autistic child. And we mentioned like The Whale earlier, and like Music is way more evil than The Whale. Music might be the most evil movie I've ever seen. You cannot make an exploitation, like splatter, like horror, insane movie that is more evil than Music.
Challenge accepted.
And most
I
okay
have no
movie,
answer for this. Most okay?
most okay movie is just go on Tubi right now and search the words Jackie Chan, but make sure it's like in the early 70s. So not like he's not like a star yet, but he's like the lead role in like Bruce Lee ripoff. He doesn't really have the charisma yet, but he's still like got something there. So, like you're not gonna have a bad time with it, but it's not gonna blow your mind like a real good Hong Kong movie. So it's like just some random Jackie Chan movie from like 1974.
So I'm going to say for best movie, I'm going to go real controversial and say Apocalypse Now. For worst movie, I'm going to go with a movie that I'm sure only 2 people have ever seen. It's called Curse of the Screaming Dead. It's about a bunch of really annoying people who go to a campsite, which it turns out is haunted by Confederate ghosts. And it is genuinely excruciatingly boring because it's one of those movies where they had no budget. And so they decided to do things like film outside at night without having any lighting people. It's like watching, the results of someone fucking around with a camcorder in 1975. But if all the people who were fucking around with the camcorder were just grating to be around, plus a bunch of Confederate ghosts. And most okayest movie, the perfect 5.0 straight down the middle one, is of course Saving Silverman. I think that
Okay.
movie exemplifies all the values of just a movie that's okay.
Best movie, Cure, directed by Kiyoshi Kurosawa. Worst movie, Nick Swartzen's star vehicle, Bucky Larson, Born to be a Star.
Is that the one where he plays the child of porn stars?
Yes.
Okay. Good. I'm glad I remember such an important film.
Most okayest movie, fucking Shrek the Third.
Good shout. Good shout. All right. Tanner, is a 1980s 3-star movie better than a 2020's 4-star movie? No.
Yes.
Not how numbers work. Chris,
The
better
1980s
than
one is
this.
probably
Well, it depends on what you
Better than
mean by
this.
better. Because
it's probably visually more pleasant to look at
yes.
for being shot on film, for not having a bunch of beige transmorphers CGI, for being shot on actual locations and sets.
But yeah,
Giving
a
him
4-star
validity.
2000s movie is better than a 3-star 80s movie. Even though the production design, cinematography, etc. are probably going to be better in the 80s movie.
All right.
Like there's a movie from the 70s called The Grasshopper, which not a great movie, stars Jacqueline Bisset and Jim Brown. Not a great movie, not a great
Syracuse
story,
legend.
but I love watching it because it's full of Technicolor film of Las Vegas in the 1970s, and it's just a lot of like I feel the same way about movies filmed in like San Francisco in the 60s, where it's like Nick Millard films. They're not good, but I love seeing these records of places that I didn't get to go in that point of time because I was, not alive yet. So I gotta give the edge to aesthetically the older films because I've seen the 2000s. They're boring.
All right. Take it easy.
No.
Amen. Oh, no, that's not really a question. All right. Greed asks, what is the best song featured in a Tony Hawk game? 2 Inside Baseball for me.
Superman by Goldfinger. Kind of the like stock answer.
If You Must by Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
I was going to give my stock answer, which is Guerrilla Radio.
Perfect. Haven, who is your favorite Universal monster?
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Yeah, Frankenstein.
I'm going to go with Dracula.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Bad Boy.
I'm chilling with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde as played by Russell Crowe in The Mummy 2017.
What did you just say to me?
I'm talking about the Dark Universe, baby.
Are you telling me they had Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in that movie?
Yeah.
They're fucking
Yeah,
burying the
it's so-
goddamn lead. What are they doing? Who is running the marketing over there?
They're like, we got to go visit, this expert in like mummiology and monsterism and shit. And it's this gentleman in London named Dr. Jekyll.
That's wild.
Yeah, because they're setting up the cinematic universe of the Dark Universe.
They screwed the pooch there. What are we doing? You just put him in the movie. Just like for real. Do the whole thing. Don't tease it out. All right. Well, that's disappointing. Pork. Which wrestlers would you trust the most least with an assault rifle?
It is an infinity way tie for I trust all of them the least.
That's real. That's real.
trying to think who would be best about, like, at the very least, gun safety and trigger discipline. And I think so for the most, any wrestler who was in the army, anyone who was in the armed forces and actually had to like learn how to responsibly use a firearm, and least would probably be Drake Younger.
There we go. There we go. All right, from Ty. Have any of you guys been to a sports bar that had wrestling on, like a WWE pay-per-view or something? There's a lot more. Okay. I've never been to a sports bar that has wrestling on, but I have seen UFC on at sports bars before. I once called Buffalo Wild Wings like 10 years ago and asked if they would be showing WrestleMania, and they said no.
Yeah, because if they show it and they don't have a license, those licenses are pretty expensive. They can get in trouble.
Yeah, I know bars that like do it. Like they get the license or whatever to show the pay-per-view. But I have never been. I don't think I would care to do that. But like I have been to like sports bars where like there's nothing else on, so they've got like SmackDown. That's pretty common, but
I
like
was at a
pay-per-views.
TGI Fridays once watching UFC. Not because I planned to do that, but just for whatever reason they were showing UFC. And nothing goes together better than like fucking Mark Hunt and TGI Fridays.
I will say that like great like dive bar on mute because you gotta like give the touch tunes priority. Peak dive bar, like someone just putting this on because it'll entertain the alcoholics, is Territory Wrestling. Find a dive bar that will put on like Memphis on at like 3 p.m. on a Thursday, and that's home.
Hell yeah. I don't go to bars, so never seen it there. Never seen it there. That was the last question.
We did it.
We did it. Anyone have any closing thoughts for this beautiful episode of Violent People Radio?
Everyone go
All right.
to the dark match.
Hell yeah! I'll be on the lookout for a Letterboxd review.
Closing thought: is Dark Match part of the Dark Universe?
No, it doesn't feature Tom Cruise. It doesn't feature Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde.
Sam, were you watching it very closely? Was Russell Crowe in it as Dr. Jekyll?
I can't say definitively no. So, do with that what you will.
Chris Jericho wishes he was in the Dark Universe.
Why was Chris Jericho not in the Dark Universe? That's what I'm saying. Seems messed up. Seems like they dropped the ball on that one.
Which Universal monster would we have cast Chris Jericho as?
The Invisible Man.
Yeah, it is in fact the Invisible Man.
Get him in, get him out.
The footsteps of Chevy Chase.
All right. Thanks, y'all, for listening. See if I can find the button.